everybody, and welcome back to Time to Go. Bob here. Really appreciate you stopping by the channel today. So today, guys, we're going to be taking a look at a watch brand out of Buffalo, New York, which is actually really close to where I live, just south of the Canadian-US border. The brand is Hydus, and we're going to be checking out their latest offering, the Okeanis Explorer. Really cool dive watch. Now, this was actually sent in by way of Aaron Dunlap from the OFD channel. Big thanks to Aaron for sending this along. After I'm through with it, it's going to go on to a few of the other YouTube guys, and I'll leave links to all their channels in the description below. Make sure to check them all out. So after we take a look at the Hydus, I just want to give you guys a little preview, a bit of a sneak peek of a couple of really cool watches that are coming up on the channel. As well, I have kind of some big news. I'm actually going to be attending the Wind Up New York event here in November. Really excited about that. So we'll talk a little bit more about that towards the end of the video, but for now, let's get into the Hydus. Alright guys, so this is actually the second Hydus we've had on the channel. The first was the Hydus Chronograph. Really great watch, nice chronograph, but they've upped their game with this one. I love the case design. If you look here, the case kind of juts out on the side and the curve of the lugs continue on to form those crown guards. A really cool look. Very similar to the SKX, but with much sharper lines. It's a really good sized watch for a diver coming in at right around 42 millimeters. I'm getting just over 50 millimeters lug to lug. The lug opening is 22 millimeters, and we have a thickness of about 13 millimeters. The water resist is 200 meters, and the watch is running the Miyota Highbeat 9015 movement. The crystal is a single domed sapphire crystal with AR on the underside of the crystal. The dial has a glossy black finish with that grid pattern. They've highlighted the brand Hydus in white printwork up top, with the rest of the printwork being a little more muted in red, which looks great with the rest of the red highlights. The hour markers are all applied stainless steel markers. Really like that font at the 3, 6, 9, and 12. The date window at 4 is framed in stainless, and another nice little touch is that angled chaptering with those red markers at every 5-minute increment. Pretty unique handset here, especially with the hour and minute hand. We've got some pretty good lume, nice and bright. I really love those lumed numerals. The bezel is a 120 click bezel, really nice clicky action. I really like the look of the bezel insert. It's a little thinner than what you'd normally have on a diver. It is an aluminum insert, by the way. There is really tight tolerances, next to nothing for play, and zero issues when it comes to alignment. The case has a nice finish with some brushwork on the top of the lugs and crown guards. The sides are polished, and if you look at the crown, we do have a signed Hydus H. The caseback's really cool on this one. We have this nautical sort of themed logo, really well done. And while we're looking at the caseback, you can see the bracelet does have solid end links. It's almost completely brushed other than a little bit of polish work you can see here on the side of the links. There is lots of room for micro adjustments on this one, and we do have a nice milled clasp. So pretty beefy bracelet, but it really suits the watch. So let's pop it on here. Alright, so here it is, and it's a really great looking watch. The lugs, I will say, are a little longish, which I personally like the look of, but they could be a little too long depending on your wrist size. I'm about a 7¼ inch wrist for your reference. Overall, a really nice option for a diver. Again, I just love the case design with the way they've done the crown guards, and you don't often see a patterned dial like that. It just adds some visual interest to the watch. And as a bonus, you saw here in the background, there's been this NATO. These do come with that matching NATO. So for the guys that are into blue dialed watches, there is another version of this that's blue with yellow highlights that looks just awesome. I'll see if I can find a shot to pop up here. They are definitely a brand to keep an eye on. I'm going to leave a link to their site below, so make sure to go and check them out. So on to a little bit of a preview of a couple of watches that we're going to be taking a look at here soon on the channel. So a friend of the channel, Jay, sent in 2 seriously cool Seikos for us to check out together. There's been a few guys supporting the channel in this way lately, and it's really been an honor to be able to see some of these watches that I might not be able to otherwise. So first up, guys, this is a special one. This is the Seiko Urushi SARC 029. And guys, when I first saw this dial, I was speechless. Hands down, this is the deepest black dial I've ever seen. Wait till you see how it sort of plays off the light here. It is absolutely stunning. Now, I'm going to get into this in more detail in the review, but it's a lacquered dial using Japanese techniques. It just looks fantastic, especially contrasting against that gold. I'm going to stop there, but look out for the full review of this very soon. Just an absolute gorgeous watch. So let's grab the next one. So Jay likes his Seikos from one extreme to the other, and I'm with you, man, me too. The other watch Jay sent in was his Ninja Tuna, and it's beautiful in a completely different way than the other. Just check out that awesome domed crystal. Awesome watch, just a totally bad to the bone dive watch. So I'm really excited to be able to spend some time with both of these and put together a couple of videos here very soon. Now, as to the Wind Up New York event, my wife and I are heading down that weekend. The trip is actually kind of a birthday gift for my wife. I turned the big 4-0 here in a couple of days. I can actually hear my head creaking with all the gray hairs pushing their way through as we speak. But anyways, we're there for the weekend. The Saturday is the day I'll be going to the Wind Up event. If anyone's going, I'd love to meet you guys and maybe grab a drink or some food afterwards. I know there's a couple of the YouTube guys. Also, a friend of mine, Scott, has a booth there. He owns Wilkes Watchworks. So kind of going without an official plan, but maybe get a little get-together going afterwards. And if you're going, definitely reach out by my email or in the comments. Should be fun. And if you can't make it, I'll be putting together a little video, kind of a vlog of the trip for you guys to check out. So that's it, guys. I'm going to leave you guys with some shots of the Hiatus. Really appreciate you stopping by, and we'll see you real soon. Bye-bye.